You're the one who wants to spit in my mouth. So
You want to say it louder? While
yeah,
we're recording?
yeah. Cameron wants to spit breast milk into my mouth.
Fucking gross.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Just Us. Today we are starting a new series
That just started. That we
just
talked
started,
about.
that came out yesterday. Loki. So this is the third Marvel series.
The last one.
Wait, we've done Captain
No,
America.
it's
we
not the
did.
last
I
one.
know.
Hawkeye. is gonna be
Hawkeye. There's that one.
We haven't reacted to the trailer of Hawkeye.
Where's the
yet.
one?
Yeah, there
there's
is
no
one, yeah.
trailer,
Oh.
but there is a Hawkeye
No, I'm just saying
one.
there's gonna be a Hawkeye.
Did you see the Shang-Chi one? Whatever it's called.
Yeah,
I seen the trailer for
yeah.
that one.
Shang
That was-
Tsung. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat. Baby.
It's not. It starts with the S, bro. It's some kung fu fighting. Yeah,
Shanghai.
Shanghai, some shit like that. Yeah, Shanghai's a place.
Something that
Yeah.
to do with that descent
Well,
of
fucking you guys know. That's you guys know what I'm talking about. That's all that matters.
Regardless, we got Owen Wilson.
That's literally. This is gonna sound shitty, but that's the only
fine.
thing I'm
Owen
gonna talk
Wilson's a
about.
god,
Just
so
wanna
it
be
doesn't
big and
matter.
only
You realize
I
you're
release
probably
Loki.
you and Devek are probably gonna be the only two that. Me and Cameron are not gonna sit here and have our brains jump through every fucking different timeline trying to figure out what the fuck's going on.
Oh yeah,
you
this,
guys are gonna have to talk.
This
about
is the one that's gonna be like.
I'm glad. I would
piece
gladly
everything
do that.
together.
We also
Please.
get Owen Wilson.
Yeah.
Oh, I love
God tier
Owen Wilson.
in comedy.
Go-
We made some god tier movies. Starsky and Hutch,
God tier.
Wedding Crashers.
God tier. Okay.
This is not a comedy, but Marley and Me was so sad at the end.
I never
a good
finished.
ass
I
movie.
never finished it because I was crying midway through, so I was like, I can't deal.
I haven't seen it.
Good ass.
It's
movie.
terrible.
What's that movie that he was in where he was like homeless or some shit? Or he wasn't like homeless.
You
but-
mean Dupree?
that movie is hell.
You mean Dupree was hard as fuck?
I love
Been in some god tier movies.
Yeah.
God.
That man is literally a legend. Yeah, he's a legend.
So you think this series is gonna connect a lot what happened in the like previous universes? Like, cause obviously this is going off what happened in the last movie, right?
Well, when we
How's
saw
that?
No, this is
Stone-
gonna go based off of if he escaped, because he escaped
With that
in
stone.
an end game.
Yeah.
But that's an alternate timeline, so this is not our timeline. Not the main MCU's timeline. This is an alternate timeline in MCU, so it's going based off of, I guess, if what's gonna happen because he escaped and how does that tie into everything. This is gonna basically set up for the future of the MCU.
The future of the MCU.
Yeah, this is pretty much gonna make way for it. Guaranteed. I mean, I don't know for sure, but I'm guessing.
They couldn't have chose a better person's storyline to like.
What? People love Loki.
Loki's actually fucking comedy.
I've been hearing great things about this episode, so
No, as have I. Keanu and True Love were talking about this episode,
No.
but
I follow King Vader. King Vader gave me all the information I needed to know.
King Vader.
Yeah, he gave me all the information I need to know.
I follow Lennar.
He said this shit is fire. And was
Yeah,
like,
I follow Lennar.
Lennar would have
Who's
told
Vader?
you. King Vader.
You don't know who King Vader is?
No.
Come
I
on,
feel like
bro.
I know you know. I feel
You
like I
have to know who King Vader is.
There's no way you don't know who King Vader.
King
is.
Vader, the one who makes the videos, and they're literally just like music.
He made those Halloween episodes where he says "fuck Halloween."
He made that song with with X and Tentacion that I'm sipping tea and it was like his girlfriend was talking to him. He gave his girlfriend a present and it was a grenade and it blew up and then he walked out the house and then started
Oh
dancing.
no! Oh yep.
King
Yep.
Vader.
You talking about? All right. So remember when he was wearing all army stuff? Yeah, he's.
This guy.
Yeah, I know who this. Bro,
come on,
hey, that fool's a genius, and he's making movies right now. That fool is
that-
really
Netflix
on top of the
Dreams.
world.
Bro, he's legit comedy.
Him and Supreme Dreams, they're like top tiers right now.
What makes no sense to me is how the fuck did he get his check mark before Long Beach Griffey got his check mark? Long Beach Griffey doesn't have a check mark. It's like it breaks my heart.
Do you see what the stuff he be saying? I don't think he's getting a check
Yeah,
mark.
I mean,
But not really much to talk about. I think we should just get into it.
this is literally what happened in. This is the end game scene.
I remember. Oh,
The fuck?
Security's trash right there. You can keep an eye on him. Like
I'm so confused though. I feel like he's gonna look older.
Kiss my house.
Adventures was in 2012. Well, 11 years ago.
call your sister.
oh my God! It's been that long.
So he landed in the desert, like in the trailer. But why did it take him there?
'Cause I don't think he can control.
Gobi Desert, Mongolia. So with the Mongolians that were like in the trailer, they're, oh yep, send his ass right there.
I think he went back in time.
He doesn't look too old, Nathan.
I am Loki, of Asgard.
Oh yeah, he never had any character development after Avengers.
Oh shit.
What the fuck?
Never mind.
On behalf of the Time Variance Authority, I hereby arrest you for crimes against the sacred timeline. Hands up.
To be fair, he didn't really do that. He didn't
really actually want to go back to Mongolia.
Oh!
Damn.
My face. His jaw is gone.
Oh, you froze him!
Ouch. What type of broken ass?
Yeah, that was dope.
Yeah. Got hit in not 1/16 of speed, but feels all the pain of it in real life. What?
Little job. How do you like that?
Oh! Oh my god. The fuck is that behind me? Shit, right?
What the fuck?
You know what I instantly thought of? Remember in Spider-Man? Spider-Verse? The robot girl?
Oh yeah. Damn.
Oh! He's after your ass, Guardian Leather.
You've completely deleted it.
Hang on just a minute.
Okay, yeah, because he's a prisoner now, yeah.
The little kitty. Wait, that's not the cat. That's the like octopus type thing inside the cat. Remember from Captain Marvel?
Yeah, a Flurgan?
Yeah.
Do a lot of people not know if they're robots?
Thank you for your confirmation. Please move through.
What if I was a robot and I didn't know it?
The machine would know you from the inside out. Please move along, sir.
I wonder if people ask those same questions when they do like shit online, like, are you a robot?
They do
Click
that.
this.
They
No,
do.
I know, but like,
Click these pictures for proof.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
but I wonder if people are ever like, what if I am a robot?
Welcome to the Time Variance Authority. I'm Miss Minutes, and it's my job to catch you up before you stand trial for your crimes. So let's not waste another minute. Settle in, sharpen your
I like how this random cartoon is trying to make it comfortable to be in prison.
But sometimes people like you veer off the path the timekeepers created. We call those variants. Maybe you started an uprising, or
Okay.
were just late for work. Whatever it was, stepping off your path created a nexus event, which...
So if I was late for work when I wasn't supposed to, you mean I'm a fucking prisoner now?
Imagine that was the way the world works right now.
Oh, I created like
Maybe we'll be screwed.
1700. You know how I'm gonna be late to work tomorrow.
That guy didn't give me a ticket. I tried to ask for one.
Sir.
I tried to ask that guy for a ticket.
Sir?
What are you raising your voice with me, Buckethead?
Oh, okay. I guess that's what happens if you don't get a ticket.
Damn, he just evaporated his existence. Fuck a trial.
Probably so confused. Like, what the fuck is this?
It's like damn near an iPad.
What
Better than
the
an
fuck?
iPad, what? In 2044.
But that man is in 1549. He is. How the fuck is he not confused?
I mean, now you really do gotta get rid of him. He knows too much.
Next case, please. Laufeyson.
Like a church for. I think they're called the Eternals. I know the Timekeepers, but I think they're an Eternal.
Are you guilty or not guilty, sir?
Guilty of being the god of mischief. You see, I only came into possession of the Tesseract because they travelled through time. No doubt in a last-ditch effort to stave off my ascent to God King.
You thought they time traveled for him?
What they did was supposed to happen. You escaping was not.
Wait, so they were supposed to go through time and get?
I mean, Doctor Strange did see in the future, and he said that there's only one way, and that was the only way.
Right, and then what do you do?
Dictate the proper flow of time according to their dictations. How do you plead?
Guilty. Of this.
What? You don't have powers with that thing around your neck, I think.
No, I think he's supposed to. Feels like he's supposed to get teleported from Asgard.
He's trying to use his powers, ma'am.
Or not? I guess yeah, his powers.
Like, you ridiculous bureaucrats will not dictate how my story
So
ends.
everything that
It's not
happens
your story, Mr. Laverson.
is
It
kind
never
of
was.
You have
almost predetermined to happen.
Sort of.
Because that was supposed to happen, but then there's these little branches that go off that they fix, so it kind of is predetermined to happen. Right?
And who are you?
Owen motherfucking Wilson.
I'm gonna burn this place.
Imagine if you said that shit. I'd be like, what?
I thought there was no magic here. Where is it?
It's technology.
Just advanced technology.
Flintstones.
Are they in space or?
No, remember they're in 1592. 1549.
That was
1549.
he was in a
They're not
timeline.
1549.
They were in a different timeline, dude.
I'm Agent Mobius, by the way.
Mobius. Agent.
Are you taking me somewhere to kill me?
No,
How the hell did you turn around to say that to me?
I don't like to talk, but you do like to lie, which you just did. Because we both know you love to talk.
I'd be pissed if I was Loki. You're a god fighting the Avengers, and now you have to deal with this shit? Like, bro.
Well, let's start with a little cooperation. Not my forte. Really? Even when you're wooing someone powerful you intend to betray? Come on.
You don't know anything about me.
Maybe I'd like to learn. I specialize in the pursuit of danger.
Pop the fucking soda.
I'm just baffled, like, why that was so funny to you.
It's just so random.
I got
Like, this is such a serious situation.
They can't pop soda in a serious conversation?
Makes you sound super smart.
I am smart.
I know.
Okay.
Okay.
What?
That was a sneak diss. Makes you sound super smart. I am smart. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
I know.
What is this?
A sampling of your greatest hits, if I may.
Or is he showing him what actually happened?
What would have happened? Yeah, if he didn't.
Yeah.
What should have happened?
It's funny, for someone born to rule, you sure do lose a lot.
Damn!
Yeah.
Do you enjoy hurting people? Making them feel small? Making them feel afraid?
Your games don't frighten me.
Making them feel little?
I know what I am.
A murderer?
A liberator.
Of eyeballs, maybe.
Nathan, do you remember this?
Is this the scene where he just... Okay.
It's from the trailer.
Yeah.
Miss,
Yes, Mr. Kipper.
you might want to take a look at that note. I have a bomb.
What do you need money for?
I know.
See you again someday.
Is she happy?
Yeah. I mean, look at the man's though. Can't blame her.
But I thought they landed.
That's what I'm saying.
No, I think he's driving the plane himself now. And he just jumps out. But then it goes all the money. What's the point of that?
You just noticed with Loki gone. Remember in the third Thor movie, Hera, his sister. Fuck, do they stop him now?
Oh, you're right.
What is it that you think that you're really running from?
Enough.
And you're back.
Damn.
I don't know why you keep trying this.
You're gonna start taking things seriously.
If you hadn't picked up the Tesseract, you would have been taken to a cell on Asgard.
Oh, so now they're showing him what would have happened.
Yeah.
Please don't make this worse.
What is this? This is nonsense. More tricks. It's never even happened.
You're supposed to.
No, it did happen.
The TVA doesn't just know your whole past, we know your whole life, how it's all meant to be.
Think of it
In the second, in the other real timeline that we saw it, it happened.
I'll never tell.
To kill his mom. All this to just rule?
He was the
This
reason
man's
his mom
trash.
died?
Yeah, but he didn't know his mom was gonna be there. He thought Thor was gonna be in that room.
It's not true.
It is true.
Where is he?
Now, why don't you tell me, do you enjoy hurting people?
I don't believe
Do you enjoy killing?
I'll kill you.
What, like you did your mother?
Damn!
You were born to cause pain and suffering and death. That's how it is, that's how it was, that's how it will be. All so that others can achieve their best versions of themselves.
Oh my god. Ghost. Chris Rogers.
You know how we're seeing, like, this is from, like, what we saw in the movie theaters on our side? What if we're watching what they film? like the TVA films. Because how are they getting this footage from this angle? From the angle we've seen. So technically, what if we're watching it from their angle? That'd be dope. I don't know if that's true. It might just be because obviously they don't have they need the footage, but. Oh, he sleight-of-handed him. When though?
When he picked him up.
Oh yeah.
What's your name?
Casey.
Give me the Tesseract or I'll gut you like a fish, Casey.
What's a fish?
What?
Do you not know what a fish is?
I mean, I lived my entire life behind it does.
But what difference does it make?
I want to know exactly what I'm being threatened with before I comply.
Death, Casey. Violence.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
does that
thank
mean?
you. I'll gut you like a fish.
What's a fish?
You're gonna get gutted regardless, like, bro.
What is it gutted? Like at this point? Like,
I'd be like, all right, bro, stop talking to me.
gave him the Tesseract?
Realistically, though, Casey just folded to a person who has no power.
What? Infinity Stones?
Wait.
Oh, we actually got a lot of those. Yeah, some of the guys use them as paperweights.
There's a lot of Infinity Stones?
How?
I mean, out of all the timelines, you think about how many timelines they had to reset.
Is he realizing that he needs to keep the timeline the same?
I think he's realizing that he's telling the truth.
That they were telling the truth all along?
Yeah.
He really did.
Because those Infinity Stones should not exist. That many Infinity Stones should not exist. There's only one of the creation.
One timeline. Is he gonna warp away with the?
Oh,
he could hit him.
Yeah.
It's so messed up.
Casey's garbage.
Wait, but they just use the fucking Infinity Stones as paperweights?
I just find it hella sad.
That just kind of feels like it makes Infinity Stones less.
I mean, for them, yeah. But we didn't know that.
Yeah, like they don't mean as much. But they do.
I mean, if you really think about it, all those, if they have, what's it called, Soul Stones, they're all Gamora.
Yep, that's when he died.
Because he knows what Thanos looks like.
Yeah, he knows Thanos. Damn, that must be tough watching your own death. In the end.
That's fucked.
So he actually never got away. Cause and people always like wondered, like, did he have a secret plan behind that? But I guess he didn't.
Like he does, you know, when he does his teleporting stuff.
Yep, yeah, he didn't. That was.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. Oh.
Damn. Teleport. Now he's definitely having fun.
Damn.
That is so jacked.
I can't go back, can I? Back to my timeline.
Why not?
He's dead in this timeline, I think.
Yeah, we can go back to where he messed up the timeline, right? Just by resetting it.
Fugitive variant's been killing our Minutemen.
And you need the God of Mischief to help you stop them.
That's right.
Yeah.
So he's giving him a job?
Variant we're hunting.
Yeah, this way he gets to live.
You.
Whoa!
I beg your pardon.
Wait, what? Nathan, explain.
I don't fucking know.
Wait, what did he say?
He said the variant they're hunting is you. The variant they're hunting that's killing killing their squadron.
Maybe a different Loki got out of like the branch, like
So much easier for yourself.
trapped him in a circle. Damn. Nope, just murder them. That Loki?
So Loki, Agent Mobius, and the Time Variant Agency needs Loki's help to defeat Loki. No, that's what Nathan's just thinking. Because there's no way that's Loki right there.
It wouldn't make sense. Because like he would need the power to travel between places. That means they had two Lokis existing right now.
Oh wait, Loki, female Loki.
Oh, fuck.
Who the hell's female Loki?
I mean,
Explain.
there's another version of Loki out there. There's a female, because in the comics there's a female Thor, and then Thor has a sister, which you already seen that in the third movie. What else is there?
She-Hulk.
Yeah, She-Hulk, different Captain America.
There's a female.
Where are you guys getting these comics? Like, I am so confused.
Yeah, female Thor, female Captain America.
Gwen Stacy was Spider-Man.
Yeah, that's true. In the Spider-Verse, you would know she's Spider. Yeah, Spider-Verse, you know she's Spider-Man.
The Marvel universe is just this big compared to Stan Lee did a crazy job. Like, I don't know, like this man really went everywhere with the shits because
it's like how in Spider-Man's two Spider-Mans, one's Peter Parker, the other one's Miles Morales. Two Spider-Mans in the same universe.
Literally brain cracking.
Bro, see, that's why.
So there's a female, but that wouldn't like.
Yeah, I mean, I guess
that means there was a different timeline out there. That female Loki, and she probably did the same exact thing that's happening to Loki now, but she found a way to get away.
But there's only one sacred timeline.
Exactly. So that part
doesn't happen within the sacred timeline is they have to fix.
Yeah, so that part doesn't make sense because there's two Lokis from one timeline existing right now. If that was the case,
that shit is so confusing.
Because she doesn't get that. If that is female Loki, she doesn't get that power unless she goes to TVA. Like that, you don't get that power unless you know who TVA is.
I hope there's some diehard fans that talk about this or hit me up in Discord. No,
I don't want to get spoiled.
No, not spoiled, but I hope there's some diehard fans that be like, yo, Davion and Cameron need to watch these movies to understand what happened in this episode because
I could literally tell you.
Then go ahead and please give me the movies because
what are you not understanding so I can answer?
Okay, so as far as Loki's mom's death, all right, you said that wasn't supposed to happen. He didn't know she died.
No,
it was supposed to happen.
It's supposed to happen,
but
he didn't know. He thought he was sending those people to fight Thor.
So I'll say it like this: Loki's mom dying was the second Thor movie, right? That Loki right there is because he touched the Tesseract and got transported, which was never supposed to happen. So that Loki exists on a new timeline now because he created a new one because that was never supposed to happen. So now he's watching what was supposed to happen.
So the mom was supposed to die.
Yeah.
And he was supposed to die.
The mom's dead.
Yeah, the mom's dead, but he was supposed to be the cause of it, but now he's seeing that he caused it.
And he doesn't want
in the timeline. Well, it already happened in the main timeline.
Yeah, oh my god, your mom's dead. There's nothing you can do about it.
So he just created another timeline where he sees his mom die in the main timeline. Like he sees himself being the cause of his mom's death from a different timeline, basically.
It's crazy. They're just fucking Infinity Stones up the ass. Like
for real.
Fuck?
They had told me
that's what you're worried about now. We're trying to figure out exactly.
Bro, you don't know how powerful.
Big deal.
You don't know how powerful these Infinity Stones are.
Pretty sure I'm aware.
Okay, Thanos literally snapped half the universe.
And they just have an abundance of them they can't use.
They can't use
in the time area.
Yeah, I mean, no one can reach them. Obviously, no powers work in their place. So all those Infinity Stones is literally them trying to fix all the timelines that have been created. That's why they have so many because of the Infinity Stones. Only one Infinity Stone that exists. That's how powerful they are. There's no copy of two. There's no 2 time stones, no 2 space stones, no 2 soul stones. There's only one of each stone.
But they're jumping in different time periods?
Yeah, the reason they have that is because there's only one timeline, and we've already seen it from the first event, from all the Marvel movies to the Avengers to the Endgame.
All that shit is supposed to have happened. So Endgame is it. That's everything that's supposed to happen.
Yes, and every other Marvel movie that's coming out from Endgame forward, all in one timeline.
That's all within that shit.
In that one thing.
Okay.
So they are getting those stones from other timelines that weren't supposed to happen. So they pretty much do go back there, take whatever wasn't supposed. Like, let's say you and me create a time machine, and we go back in time, maybe 5 years, and we meet each other. We're not supposed to see each other. We're not like, let's say we bring something from 2020, right, into the 1980s. They're not supposed to have that shit yet. They're supposed to advance. So in those timelines, they're not supposed to have those things because like they're not supposed to have the Soul Stone because Gamora is dead, but in one timeline Gamora's alive. That's not how that works.
They're just fucking with
They're fucking,
everything that's supposed to happen.
Yeah, no, they're like literally fixing all the wrong timelines and putting it all back on that one straight timeline. Because you know how Gamora died to become the Soul Stone?
Right.
Right? Let's say there's another timeline where they have the Soul Stone, but Gamora's alive.
That's fucking with the original timeline.
That doesn't make sense.
That doesn't
because
make sense.
Gamora created the Soul Stone.
Exactly.
So
she had
how
to die
is
for that to be the case.
Exactly. So that's how they go back there, take that Soul Stone, and bring it back, and they fix that timeline because it's not supposed to be there yet. She still eventually dies, right? But it's not supposed to happen yet.
I wonder how many times. I wonder if this happened to any of the Avengers.
So
like they accidentally did something that wasn't supposed to happen,
And they seen them.
Yeah, so they get captured, whatever, and then they reset their timeline.
I mean, if that was to happen, it would have happened in Endgame.
I'm gonna need your Disney Plus, alright? So I can go back and watch all these movies.
Because they don't do anything. Like, if you really think about it, there's nothing they do time-wise.
No, because what the Avengers did, that was supposed to happen, right? So, but
yeah,
Loki,
but let's say they fuck up, though.
My question is, right? They were supposed to do that. So then how? Then everything that happened in that timeline, that doesn't make sense because a lot of this doesn't make sense. It's hard to like. I wish I could just fucking input it into your guys' brains how it doesn't make sense.
You know the one thing?
It's supposed to happen, right?
Trust me and Cameron are aware this shit does not.
That was then going back to time supposed to happen, right? But there's a timeline of let's say that was supposed to happen and Loki never touched the Tesseract, right? That means that there eventually is a timeline still where they don't have the Tesseract, regardless. Even if Loki did not touch it, they don't have then they have to deal with the Tesseract being in a different place. Iron Man having that harp thing where Thor then electrocutes his suit to bring him back from dying. So then there's a timeline of that happening, but that's not. There's only supposed to be one sacred timeline, which is
so they
that
fix all that.
Happen.
Yeah, so they pretty much like. Let's say that does happen. So they went back in time to fix that.
So then they know that there's supposed to be that happening, and then they fix that. But that, bro,
the one thing that doesn't make sense is like, you know how like Captain America, after like how he's supposed to return all those stones to fix the timeline, right?
But that's supposed to happen.
That's supposed to happen because like obviously if he didn't do that, the time people would have done it.
But that doesn't revert everything that happened. That doesn't take away the other Captain America fighting our Captain America. Because he will just give them back the stones in some way. Where then
what do you mean by Captain America fighting Captain America?
The other Captain America in the other timeline where they took the Tesseract.
Okay.
And he thought it was Loki. He tried stopping him. He thought it was Loki. That then got beat up by our Captain America, saying that Bucky's alive. So now that timeline's Captain America knows Bucky's alive. But there's only supposed to be one timeline.
Yeah, so they would just pretty much go back and reset him.
So they'll just reset that timeline.
Yeah, they would reset that timeline.
But that's supposed to happen, so why are you resetting that
No,
timeline?
like it's supposed to happen, but it's not supposed to happen at that moment. Like he's eventually gonna know it, right? But he's not supposed to know it right now.
Yeah, I understand that, but then why would they allow that to happen? But then it's supposed to happen, so then that's supposed to happen. So them resetting that timeline is supposed to happen because them going back in time and taking that Tesseract is supposed to happen. But then that also creates a different timeline where I'm just gonna say that Loki doesn't touch the Tesseract. They take the timeline. Iron Man doesn't get like stopped by Thor. I know because that's supposed to happen. But then if Loki not touching the Tesseract,
are you talking about? Yeah, are you talking about the time where they fuck up and Iron Man has to go back to see his dad?
Yeah, so then going seeing the dad, that's not supposed to happen.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so I see what you're trying to say is because they fuck up and they can't get the Tesseract anymore, so he has to go back again to see his dad and get the Tesseract because that's the only other place.
Yeah, so that's not supposed to happen.
Because if they didn't fuck up that part, that wouldn't happen.
Yeah, so then how the hell do they get the Tesseract even if Loki never touches it?
I guess him fucking up was supposed to happen.
But then Loki touching the Tesseract is not supposed to happen.
Then what if we're watching a timeline that's not supposed to be happening? What if we're not watching the actual timeline then?
No, because
that would make sense. Exactly. So like,
but then they would have gone back and fixed it already, right?
Well, I mean, I guess it doesn't matter because Captain America returns all that stuff, so none of that happens.
Yeah, but he returns it, but the dad still talked to Tony, but that's not supposed to happen though, right?
Yeah, that's not supposed to happen.
Then what the fuck do they fix? Then him bringing back the stone doesn't fix that. So that's a different timeline where Howard talks to his son.
They would just go back in time and
just reset it.
Yeah, just reset Tony into never happening. Yeah. Because like if Captain America goes back and returns all those stones to where it's supposed to be and no one notices, those timelines are fixed. So then him losing that in the first place wouldn't have never happened. Because now all those are fixed, and the only timeline that is...
So they said they reset the timeline. My guess is they get them back where everyone's supposed to be, and then they just flip a switch, and it resets. Maybe, I guess it fucking rewinds time. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, I think when they mean reset I think he means reset to the point where they're supposed to be there, and then it erases everything they did from that point on, you know?
Yeah.
So like since when Captain America returned all that stuff,
but you reset that timeline of where they go back in time. They reset the timeline where they went back in time to get the Tesseract, but Loki messed up.
So no,
that still has to happen though because it's supposed to happen. So how are you resetting that timeline to where that doesn't happen if it's supposed to happen?
You mean where Loki takes it?
Yeah. So say he didn't.
That part wasn't supposed to happen.
I know. So say he didn't take it. Everything was supposed to happen. They get that Tesseract, which ends up
getting lost.
I don't know how they get that Tesseract in the first place if Hulk is supposed to hit Iron Man walking away. So Loki's just supposed to stand there and not take that Tesseract.
Exactly.
So how are they supposed to reset that timeline? Resetting that timeline makes it where the Avengers don't go back in time to take that Tesseract. Or do they reset the timeline after they do that?
I think they reset it after they do that.
And then it's like fucking some Men in Black shit where they just don't remember that happened.
Yeah, pretty much. Because if they reset it, so like the main timeline is supposed to obviously have them go back, take the stones, defeat Thanos, all that stuff, right?
Everything that happened right now that in Endgame was supposed to happen.
Yeah, and so since
everything in our main timeline,
since they have since in the main timeline it's already happened, they don't really care about resetting all that stuff to the point where it doesn't happen because it's already happened.
So I'm thinking them going back in time. I'm thinking that them going to go see Howard Stark and stuff like that, or not actually, like when they accidentally saw him. That was supposed to happen, but they just weren't supposed to get the Tesseract in a different way. Like instead of Loki taking it and messing up the timeline, something else was supposed to happen where they weren't supposed to get it in a different way. So they still had to go back and then run into Howard Stark, and that's right.
So that happens, yeah.
Because if that was supposed to happen, then they would have reset that. But then they obviously didn't because it happened on the main timeline.
Yeah, but we would have never known that they reset that.
But then they wouldn't have that test. They wouldn't have that.
Oh yeah, huh?
So my guess is they're supposed to run into Stark.
Yeah, that's supposed to happen.
And they reset that timeline to where Stark doesn't actually happen. So they reset it after Tony and Cap leaves. But then the timeline where the time where they were supposed to go and get the Tesseract, but then Hulk came back, hit Iron Man, and then Loki.
So when Captain America returns the Tesseract, he returns it in the Howard Stark one, right?
Yeah.
So, but the other one where Loki doesn't touch it, but Iron Man still loses it, someone has it.
Yeah. So that was supposed to happen, but Loki wasn't supposed to touch it. But they were still not supposed to get that Tesseract regardless.
So someone else has it.
Yeah, someone else is supposed to interact with it.
So that means that's a separate timeline in its own then.
Bro, I don't know.
Because it depends on who has it.
I hope they explain all that. Because I hope they explain that, yeah, they're supposed to go in time, but then we were going to reset your timeline after they left, so it's like they never went there, but they actually did in the sacred timeline.
Yeah, I mean, they would definitely explain it if that person that they're hunting is really female Thor or female Loki.
And then how they're
there's no reason to not explain it.
Bro, that's I don't know. It's too much brain power.
This was a drinking game. take a shot at everybody every single time somebody says timeline. Because this is the most confusing shit literally ever.
Also, that means that
Thank God we have you.
That Captain America timeline was supposed to happen, like him going back in time and staying there.
Yeah, that was supposed to happen.
That was supposed to happen.
Which sucks because it feels like you don't have free will at that point.
Yeah, like that's literally what you're supposed to do because
like that's confusing. Do these people not have free will? Because if they had free will, then they wouldn't. Wouldn't be where it has to happen.
But they think it. Yeah, I mean they think it's free will because they don't know about the time variant agency. You know. Yeah. Loki knows about it, so he knows it's not free will because it's already predetermined what's gonna happen. Yeah, this is all
predetermined. Like, they know what's gonna happen in the future.
But only Loki knows that now.
Because this means that free will doesn't exist in the MCU.
Exactly.
That's fucked.
Well, I mean, technically it does. It's just you don't know that it really doesn't. You know what I mean? You do what you want, you know what I mean? But you don't know that it's really our plan for you to do this. Exactly.
And then, if I was Loki, I would not want to go back. I'm like, bruh, like...
Literally, Gamora was supposed to die, Iron Man is supposed to die, Captain America is supposed to get old.
And if that doesn't happen, they just fucking reset it.
They just reset it until it happens.
Yeah, well, too bad, bitch. You
had no choice. Because this is what's supposed to happen. Because those three people, the three Time Guardians...
I wonder if Doctor Strange knows about the TVA.
No, but because here's the thing though, because in Infinity War, when they were on Mars, when you saw him like zoom around everywhere, he was literally
You call it Mars.
What?
You call it Mars?
That's what they were on, right? Oh no, were they on the moon?
Remember when they were fighting?
Yeah, were they on? What were they on? Jupiter, Mars?
They were on
some district. Oh no!
They were on Thanos' homeworld.
Okay. Yeah. So they were on that planet, and he was like looking forward towards time. But obviously that was supposed to happen. He's supposed to do that. So like when what's it called? Doctor Strange saw the one possibility. The one possibility was letting him have all the stones and like what's it called?
So wait, hold on. When Doctor Strange said that I can't tell you what happens because
you do everything.
Happen?
Yeah, you would do everything on purpose. Like you would probably trying to find a way because Doctor Strange has to give because in that scenario, right? When they're on that planet. Thanos forces Doctor Strange to give up the stone to him.
Which is supposed to happen.
Which is supposed to happen. He's seen it happen. Because that's what he's supposed to do. So he obviously follows the timeline what's supposed to happen. But if he told like Iron Man or Star-Lord, those two dumbasses would have been like, fuck no, we're going to do it our way. And not give
up the timeline.
And then they would have fucked it up.
And then they would have
just reset it.
So it wouldn't matter. Thanos loses regardless because if he doesn't lose, they just fucking reset the timeline.
Yeah. Like let's say Thor really does chop his head off in Infinity War. Guess what? They reset it.
Which is fuck, because you would think, that's a good thing.
That would make sense, right? But no, like he literally wants the time variant, literally wants Thanos to win, to get all that stuff, to snap the people away, just so they literally do that just to let Iron Man die.
That's the Timekeeper's way.
And have Captain America go old.
It's the Timekeeper's fault that Iron Man died?
Yeah, because in Infinity War, Thor comes out of nowhere, right?
Timekeeper's got a CB. Continue.
Yeah, but in Infinity War, Thor comes out of nowhere and he stabs him in the shoulder, right? But at that point, Thanos already has all the stones in his glove, right? Thor doesn't know that.
Oh no, yeah, no, I remember.
And then
that's when he first had snapped and everybody died.
Yeah, and then Thanos, Thor was like, "Why are you laughing?" or "Why are you talking?" or whatever. And then Thanos was like, "You should have went for the head," and he snaps.
Exactly.
Right? Let's say Thor goes for the head and he actually wins. It wouldn't have mattered because they would have reset it to where he missed.
So these time traveling, whatever the hells, are garbage as fuck. I mean, they aren't.
No, they don't mess with the three Guardians, right? You know those three dudes we saw?
Yeah.
They're the ones who set that timeline up, or the main timeline. So they said, oh, Thor's supposed to not go for the head, and miss, and have Thanos snap on purpose, and the time variants are supposed to make it that way. They're pretty much... So those three people, obviously, they know what's going to happen. Right, the entire timeline, they know what's gonna happen. They know who's gonna die, where they're gonna die, when they're gonna die. Right? So you know how Thor is supposed to cut his head off. Right, but let's say they do cut his head off. The Time Guardians, the three people, they weren't. He wasn't supposed to cut their head off. That wasn't supposed to how that's go. So the time variants, right? Those dudes like the Owen Wilsons will go back at that point and reset everything. So Thor follows the timeline and goes for the shoulder instead.
So that little bomb crap that they be putting, that little grenade is resetting.
I don't know what the grenade does.
I'm assuming it resets time.
Yeah, but that's probably So yeah, they pretty much make sure that the timeline is the same. They don't set the timeline. The time varying agency, they don't set the timeline. The timeline's already set for them. They just fix it. Yeah. So that's all they're doing. They're not making it. They're fixing it. So whatever is supposed to happen, they keep it the same. Whatever isn't supposed to happen, they fix. Like Loki, you getting the Tesseract, they would have just sent him back in time to that point where he doesn't touch it. And he gets captured. They have the Tesseract. They give it to Thor.
The go to this episode is easily Casey. My man's with the fish.
Casey?
Yeah, my man's with the fish. He said, "You're gonna get gutted like a fish." The hell's a fish? Yeah. Him and Mosbius or whatever the hell his name is. Yeah,
let's go doing that. I said I'm gonna start doing that. Like it fucking happens to me frequently. Like people come up to me and get gutted like a fish. If it happens. Fuck is a fish?
What the fuck is a fish?
Just play dumb.
Thank you guys all for watching this video. If you liked it, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe.
We love talking to you guys in the comments. We want to see you guys on Twitter as well. So please follow us at just_SYT as in YouTube. And feel free to join our Discord to help us possibly explain what the hell is going on if you guys know more. No spoils, but yeah.
Baguettes.
If you guys can't get us, hit that notification bell in the bottom right hand corner so you guys will be updated on our upcoming content. If you guys have missed anything, hit our logo in the bottom left hand corner so you guys can watch some of the content that you may have missed. We do appreciate all the love that we get from platform to platform, but if you guys can't, hit us with a like, comment, and subscribe because we do appreciate it. If you didn't know, my name is Cameron.
I'm Devek.
Davion.
Nathan.
And it's always been just that.